Hey, we're going to talk about a heated topic, the vegan police. Recently, I was harassed, called names, called a fraud, called all sorts of curse words, and attacked by a bunch of crazy, what I consider crazy, extreme vegans. Because I have a few donuts a year. A few donuts a year. And I am not ashamed to admit that. You want to call me 95% vegan? No one's 100%. They might be 96 or 97%. But basically this stemmed from, I was on a national TV show wearing a vegan shirt. The NBC Today show. I've been on Good Morning America, mostly in the crowds. I just come to the show and they let people on in the crowds and you're in the background. I was on Access Hollywood live in New York when they were on for about 30 minutes of the hour-long show, right in the clear background with a shirt that said vegan for the people, planet, animals, and whatnot. So someone shared that picture, and 3 years ago or so I shared a picture. I said, look, I eat donut occasionally. I know a lot of people probably cheat a little bit here and there, but don't want to be, are a little shy about it. My belief is harm reduction. Any little step helps. Cutting back helps. I tell meat eaters, just cut out the birds. Most eat 37 animals a year, 35 more birds. Just cut out birds at first, try one at a time. Some people say, I want to go vegan, but I can't. I said, you know what, be 50% vegan. Give out the cheese. Give up everything but the cheese then. Give up the eggs, which can be very cruel, as we know. And just have the cheese when you eat out at a pizza place or something. And then maybe try the pizza if you eat out without any cheese, and then try maybe the almond cheese when you're at home. But then you have vegans who say, oh, well, diet cheese has palm oil, so you're not a real vegan then. All right, well, I say then, all right, you have a cat that's not vegan, which is really hard to do, but possible. So then you're not a vegan then. You're feeding one animal to another. You're actually being a speciesist. You're valuing one species over another. Which is why I believe probably we shouldn't have pets that can't be vegan. But vegetarian, it's easier to do with dogs though. Rabbits and stuff you could have. Hamsters, whatever. So you're not really vegan then. You're feeding one animal to another. One that was you paid to be tortured and factory farmed. You're feeding it to the cat. That's not vegan. You're not being vegan if you have a prescription pill that isn't a gel cap. You're not vegan if you eat regular sugar. Diet cheese, because I said the palm oil can be bad. You can't do it. No one's 100% vegan. Do your best. Yeah, sure. Don't be lazy about it, but all right, I cheat and I have a few donuts a year. And they make this 300-page comment thing being harassed by Rob Banks or whatever. Some guy with a tattoo on his face. But, so if I'm not a vegan, that's fine. I'll take off my hoodie and call myself a vegetarian then. Rather than 95% vegan, if someone seriously asks me, which I'm honest about. So next time I'm on national TV, which I suggest they go then, if they're so pure, like the evangelicals and fundamentalist Christians calling the Pope out, why don't they go instead and I won't? So I'll wear my vegetarian shirt then. Alright? Happy? And then the guy who was attacking me has pictures, oh, I love Pam Anderson or whatever. She fights against fur and stuff. And I said, wait, Pam Anderson isn't vegan. Neither is Morrissey. Neither the one who did the Meat is Murder song. Neither is Paul McCartney. They've done so much good. I would never criticize them. They've done way more good than 99.9999% of society. So what the hell gives me the right to criticize them? So my point is, he's posting on that. I'm like, you're a hypocrite. You said that I know what's going on, but I'm still supporting it with my 5 donuts a year. But you're posting someone else. You're saying I'm a horrible and cursing me out and everything, calling me all sorts of childish names. And here you're posting on someone. So then I said, wait, Pink. I uploaded a couple of videos of her on my many YouTube channels about her UGG video about I renamed them to get more views, like if they're cleaning, how to clean them, how to spot a fake, collection, unwrapping, all these different tags, and I got like 80,000 views on a few of the uploads on a few different accounts. I said, wait, So you want me to delete them now because she knows what's going on but still supports it? Because they called me a selfish asshole. Okay? So Linkin Park did one. He just died. So these people are a little extreme. So I was joking. I said, what, do we go piss on his grave then? He did a fur video and said he loves all animals and cares about animal rights, but never went vegetarian, but he did a PETA fur video. And the guy who was criticizing me posted that too. I'm like, so you're calling me a horrible sick person because I'm doing better than 99.999% of society as an activist too. So I'm just saying these people are hypocritical. So you can take it as far as you want. You can do the honey thing. That's good. I do maple syrup or beefy, a place called Beefree Honey. You can do your best. No one's 100%. Don't worry about the few extremists, just like you have extremists criticizing the Pope, the fundamentalist Christians. I'm not saying it's bad to try to be 100% vegan. I just said I eat a couple donuts a year. I'm not ashamed of that. You know what? They said you should feel guilty you're being selfish. You know what? Every time you don't volunteer on a Saturday, that's being selfish. Every time you spend money on a luxury item that is not a bare necessity and don't donate it to animal rights, that's selfish. You know what? I've donated probably $300,000 in cash and resources to the animal rights movement, not counting thousands and thousands of hours, hundreds of days. I've leafleted over 250 high schools and colleges, multiple times in many states. I took 3 weeks off from my job at an airport and traveled, when I was living in Houston, Texas, traveled through Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, and Georgia, and leafleted dozens of schools, living out of my car for 3 weeks. Going to a YMCA to take a couple showers occasionally every few days. With a rental vehicle, filled up with booklets because I just had a motorcycle because I was trying to save money so I could donate more. And if I'm not invited to the vegan club still, whatever. I've given out over 500,000 booklets in my lifetime at thousands of events, concerts, when everyone leaves. And I say, you're selfish. You're not helping with any of this stuff. Why is so much stuff not getting done? Most colleges in your area is not getting done. So you're taking the time to bother me. Why don't you stand outside of Dunkin' Donuts and harass everyone there then? And scream at them. I would feel 1,000 times more guilty. I go to Times Square and I hold signs like this all day, all for 8 or 9 hours. I'd feel more guilty if I didn't go out on a Saturday during the summer and do that. None of them help me though. I have to piss in a freaking bladder bag, and they were trying to make fun of me calling it a diaper, because I'm out there for about 8. I mean, if you count my commute time on the subway, I'm out there for like 12 hours. The 12 hours of my day. And there's no bathrooms in Times Square that you have to pay for. You have to be a customer. It's so busy there. And then I have to pull down my sign and pack it up, pack all my booklets up, and it would just eat up so much of the time. Wait in line for restrooms, buy something at a store. So I pee in a bladder bag, and they're making fun of me for doing that. I'm like, are you freaking cowards? Like, let's see you stand out alone. They're always in group, feeding off each other, ganging up on people in a group, just like they were ganging up on me. Should I scream at everyone that knows the truth because they said I know better, whereas most people don't? No, actually, thousands and thousands of people walk by me, and I don't even care. Should I be scream? Most of them don't. Should I scream at them? Should I scream at everyone who said they got a booklet earlier in the day, a vegan outreach booklet that I gave out earlier in the day when I was leafleting? Should I scream at them and say, look, you got a booklet from me. Why aren't you freaking going vegan now? A lot of them do, actually. They say they're willing to they're cutting back, which is the first step of harm reduction. Anyone who knows psychology knows that's a great way to do it, not cold turkey, because then they just go back to their old ways, like they're holding their breath, like people smoking cigarettes. So I always suggest people cutting back, cut out just the birds first. People eat about, like I said, 37 land animals a year. Most of them are birds, so I say cut out the birds, then the fish, then the eggs. Have all the burgers you want. That's at first, at least. So anyways, I've done so much volunteering, and they know this. I put up hundreds of highway signs through multiple states when I was living in Houston, Texas. Now I'm in New York, of course. I've gotten assaulted at a rodeo protest that I had to do alone because no vegans would help. That's what I'm upset about. Why isn't this activism getting done? Not the 1% more vegan some people could try to be. Look, more animals are killed than in history, despite human population, accounting for human overpopulation growth. More animals are killed in history because people are going to birds. and these people are worried about the 1%, the drop of dairy or whatever. It's crazy. When they should be out there promoting, using their time to promote. Sure, I could go out on a Saturday and go to a nice vegan restaurant, have some vegan donut, and just go to meet up and social events, or I could go out and volunteer like this in my time and whatever. When I was instead of taking that 3-week road trip across the South on my longest vacation I've taken in years, I could have used the money and time to eat out at fancy restaurants and stuff, rather than when I'm in Alabama having a freaking granola bar that might not be vegan because I'm on the road and I ran out of Clif Bars or they melted in my car and I get a granola bar or something that isn't 100% vegan. Look, I'd rather do that any day. I'd eat a box of donuts if that gave me the energy, the sugar or whatever to go out and hold the sign for 10 hours in Times Square in New York City. That's 1,000 times more important. I feel way more guilty about that, even though they were trying to guilt me and attacking me. So my point is, I've uploaded thousands of videos on YouTube accounts, mostly factory farm videos with titles and tags. The Linkin Park video, I name it after their songs. Their fur video after the songs, so it'll get more views because that's what the fans are looking up. I've had about 30 MySpace accounts with 500,000 friends that I auto add it, or I add it click by click all day, random people when there was less spam controls. Bought pages from popular people on PayPal, paid them hundreds of dollars. Look, I've been on TV shows dozens of times. I've been on, like I said, NBC, Good Morning America. The Today Show is very easy to get on, especially during the winter when they have small crowds. But none of them want to do that. None of them want to help. None of them helped me at the rodeo protest when I was in Houston, the colleges, leafleting in my area. But they call me the fraud because I eat a couple donuts. Come on. And then they said, oh, you just want to get your face on TV or whatever. No, I paid people to go in my place, meat eaters. I paid a meat eater. Tamron Hall asked her from the Today Show, how's a vegan? And she said, well, I'm not. I'm just paid to do this. That's embarrassing to me. Not if I eat a fucking donut. That was embarrassing as hell because vegans are too freaking lazy and socializing and going to their fancy little donut shops on Saturdays instead of volunteering on a Saturday morning here. And then they were like, oh, well, they're going to go buy meat with that money. Yeah, well, if I shop at a store and buy a shirt, the Cafe Press, who I bought this shirt from, is probably going to go buy meat with it. So shut up. No one's a pure vegan. There's no such thing. Do your best. Look, I've been arrested 3 times for putting up stickers all over the city. I offered to give these hundreds of wristbands out for free to people, to vegans. Vegans don't do shit for me. They never volunteered. They never helped me volunteer. There's another bag of them. Got arrested 3 times putting up these stickers. In jail 3 times putting up all these stickers. All over Manhattan. Broadway, Lexington, up and down the line. Some of them have stayed up for years, like hundreds of those. Did pay-per-click ads on YouTube that gotten over millions of views worldwide. But if I can't join your club, whatever. Meanwhile, they love Gary Yourofsky. I respect the guy, awesome guy. I met him at Florida State University many years ago. I was leafleted in that college, 50,000 students. I gave about 4,000 vegan outreach booklets in that day. He gave a speech to 50 people. If not for his YouTube videos getting popular, I would say I do a lot more good on my own dime. So these people, they're heroes, they're extremists, they're fakes. They want to call me the fraud, whatever. Like I said, I took off the vegan shirt at the beginning. I'll take off this one too. If you think I'm not good enough or we're not good enough to join your club, I suggest you worry about your own inactions versus our donut or whatever. So that's my story. Sorry, it's a little bit of a rant. I'm putting the focus on activism. We can talk about every single ingredient that may or may not be vegan, but I'm going to switch the conversation then. Or first, I want a discussion why all these huge things are not getting done when people consume more animals than ever in history, and you're worried about a fucking donut that I had once in a blue moon. Alright? Let me see if I got everything. So my point is, don't worry about the few crazy fundamentalists, just like you have them from every group, the religious people criticizing the Pope or whatnot. Get out and be active wisely. Um, so it's all stemmed the vegan police attacking me because I was on the Today Show and someone shared it and said, "Don't support him. He eats donuts." He had some donuts a few years ago. First of all, I wasn't looking for support. I'm looking for people to volunteer and join me in the volunteer efforts, which they never do. And I don't even care anymore. I work alone. I stand out here on my own on Saturdays. I don't need to rely on anyone. I don't need to help. I can change it if the weather changes. I don't need to go out if I don't have the time. Something comes up. But most Saturdays, during the summer, I'll be out here with this. During the school year, on my days off, I might leave a school. But they ain't support. Liking a comment isn't supporting me anyways. The only reason I want it to be seen is so maybe more people would go to the Today Show and this Rob Banks starts saying, "Don't support him." Yeah, like supports me so much. That does so much good for me. You like someone shared and I didn't even know, and they shared it and it got a few likes. A like doesn't do me no good. I want people to do things. Or help with things. Like I said with the bladder bag trying to call me wearing a diaper because I'm out here 8 hours. I said, no, like they said, "Oh, well, if we helped, you would just go home, or you would still need to do that." No, actually, maybe I'd only do a 4-hour shift, because if 5 of you showed up at different corners, or I could take a break, or I could take the day off. There should be many of us downtown New York City, or leaflet in the schools. There's so many holes in our game, but online or locally. But anyways, that's my rant. The vegan police are very petty. There's no such thing as a pure vegan. They should focus their energy in actually helping, because more animals are killed than ever in history, and that's accounting for human overpopulation growth. So, if I'm not good enough to be on the Today Show with a vegan shirt, I won't do it. I'll wear an atheist or human overpopulation control shirt, or a vegetarian shirt then. Or I just won't let them tell me what to do, because it's never all or nothing. I promote eating less animals. So does that mean I eat less animals? Just because I'm promoting vegan doesn't mean I'm saying I'm 100% vegan, because I said nobody is. But anyways, do your best. But more importantly, volunteer to something productive. I'm not talking about a once a year or once 6 months big rally. They were bragging about how 3,000 people showed up to the animal rights rally. That same day, I stood downtown for 8 hours in one of the busiest intersections in the world or country, in Times Square, and 3,000 of them went out for two so hours, and the same number of people walked by me as walked by them. So if they didn't get on the news, then I probably accomplished just as much as 3,000 people. So anyways, leaflet your colleges near you. Get active. Upload some good videos online that are outreach, not in reach. This kid has a cheerleading page. Rob Banks has a cheerleading page, which are the ones who ganged up on me. Some of them. It's a cheerleading page, all in reach. Thousands and thousands of followers. Well, you know what? I have thousands and thousands of non-vegan followers, and that's how I like it. I don't need to have tons of like-minded people just reposting blogs and stuff. I'm about action, getting results, not preaching to the choir. So, screw you, vegan police. Be the best vegan you can be, but don't worry about the extremists that probably often do more harm than good, in my opinion. Okay, take care.